What's happening, people? I'm DJ Graish, and in today's video we're checking out the Ableton Push 3. Now this is the standalone unit, it won't be connected to my laptop, and everything that I do today will be done directly on the Push itself. So this is what it looks like when you turn on the device, and this is the default new project. As you can see, we've got 2 MIDI tracks and 2 audio tracks, and then your return tracks, which is exactly the same as Ableton on the computer. We'll start with this MIDI track here, and I'll just press plus and then go to device, instruments, and then scroll across to the simpler. Then click simpler, and then that's loaded onto that channel. Now we need to put a sample into it, so I'm just going to click these arrows here, and I'm just going to nudge this jog wheel over to the left, and that's how you go back. So go back to device, and then user library, click in, samples, click in again, and then I'm going to be using these Ghost Syndicate samples. So I'll click 4 AM drums again, we've got one shots, and then I'll go to kicks and have a listen to some of these kicks. Alright, so I like kick 12, so I'm just going to click in again on the jog wheel, and that loads it in. So now when I press this little button up here, then you can see the kick there in the simpler. And if I press this pad, you can hear the kick there. Next, I'm going to click the other MIDI track here and press plus again to choose a device, and I'm going to choose an instrument, I'm going to choose the simpler, press load, going into 4 AM again, drums, one shots, and I'm going to choose a snare. I'm going to choose snare 24. So now that we've got a kick and a snare, I'm just going to quickly record in the standard 2-step drum and bass pattern. But before I do that, I'm just going to change the tempo. So how do you do that? Well, there's this little control here, and you just turn that until you get to the required BPM. So I'm going to choose 174. Now, to create the clips that we need to record into, the way how I like to do it is hold down fixed length and then choose the amount of bars you want. So in this case, I'm going to choose 1 bar and then press record. Now, if we go to this clip button here in the top right, you're going to see the clip there, and you can see the little playhead whizzing across, and then you can just record in. So let me turn on the metronome to make sure I'm getting it in time. Alright, and then I'm going to press the other track, which is the snare. I'm going to make sure that it's on 1 bar mode, and then just record, and then it's as easy as that. So we've got our kick and snare in place, and if you want to, you can quantize them. So there's a quantize button here, and what quantize means is to put them on the grid. So if you look, they are just slightly after the line, and then when I press quantize, now they're on the line. And if I go to the kick channel and do the same, they're on the line. So now it sounds like this. So as you can see, we've got the MIDI tracks there, and the next ones are audio, but I need another MIDI track. So how do you add one? Well, you click this plus button here, and then you go to MIDI track. Then within that MIDI track, you want to choose what you want on it, and again, it's going to be a simpler. Choose that, load in the sample, press record. If I go to the clip, you'll see it there, and then so I felt like the loop was a little bit out of time, so I just went into this simpler option here, and you've got all these different options, and I've just pressed warp as X bars, and now it's warped it to 4 bars, even though I'm just using the first little bit there. So now when I play it, it's sounding perfectly in time. The way I usually do my drum and bass tunes is to come up with some sort of a chord structure or melody before I do anything else. So what I'm going to do is, you guessed it, I'm going to press plus and then add another MIDI track and add another simpler. Click these arrows again and nudge over to device and user library. This time I'm going to go into the Echoes of Light sample pack, and I want to give a massive shout out to Human Synthetics and Groovin in G. This is their sample pack, and if you like the sounds that you hear, there's a link in the description where you can download it. So let's go to pads and chords and load some of these up. As you can hear, all of the pads in here are really nice. To be honest with you, deep space is really nice, so I'm just going to load that in. I feel like in order to do it in time, I have to cross my hands over, so let me try again. Don't worry if it's slightly off time, because you know you can always quantize it. And let me show you this. If you hold down the quantize button, you've got these options, and you can do like quantize to 50%, which means it's going to nudge it towards the grid, but not necessarily on the grid, you know? And then you've got the settings of if you want to quantize it to a 16th or an 8th or whatever. But in this case, to be honest with you, I'm just going to press quantize and hope for the best. And it looks like I've done what I wanted it to, so let's have a look. So the last note doesn't quite go on long enough, so the way how you can change your notes is you click in on the jog wheel, and then you can scroll across to the note that you want to adjust, and once you find it you can click in. Now it's like solid white and not flashing anymore, and then this length you can just turn it and like that, and now it's long enough. So let's play it again. Perfect. Let's add something else. So I'm going to press the plus button, device. With the simpler, press these arrows to load something up. And then in device, I'll just go to user library, 808. All right, looping around, ready? Alright, so a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to try it quantized. Let's have a listen. Perfect. You know, sometimes just pressing quantize completely sorts it out, other times not so much, so definitely worth a try. The other thing I wanted to do is go back into the 808 and mess with the attack. So if I go to simpler, envelopes, and then just change this attack, and I like to put it on somewhere between 20 and 40 milliseconds. So let's try 25. All right, and then I'm going to add another device, and in this case I'm going to choose audio effects. And let's choose the saturator and put some saturation on this 808. So you can crank up the drive and then you can crank down the output and try to maybe try to match them. And it sounds like this. And here you've got various different types of saturation, including the soft sine, bass shaper, medium curve, so you can experiment a bit with those. Let's try soft sine. Alright, let me add another track and keep going. So I'm going to add another MIDI track. This time I might try and use something different because all we've used so far is simplers. So let's go to Wavetable and just try out some of the presets. Let's choose a basic bell. Alright, I've got an idea. How about I put some delay on it? So I'm going to go plus device and audio effects and go over to delay. And then where it's got a 3, I'm going to put that all the way up to, is it 8th? No, it needs to be 16th. And then the feedback, I'm going to turn it down all the way. That way it only repeats it once, and then I'm going to turn the dry and wet down quite a bit too, so it just repeats it like quieter, alright? Let's go back to the clip and record. So if you click these lines over here, now this is the session view and you can see these are the clips here. And if we go over here to this view in the top, you can see them there as well. So we've got a clip for the kick, snare, and then this one is the shuffle or top loop, and then this one is the bass, and then we've got the pad and the basic bell. So then you can play them all as a scene, or you can stop bits. So for the people that are used to using Ableton Live and just launching clips and looping them, here you have that view, and this is where you can essentially do your arrangement by making different scenes of the clips. Bring those drums back. I want to add a bit of reverb to this basic bell, so I'm just going to click that track and go to plus, device, audio effects, and let's try the hybrid reverb. So I'll just solo that track. Let's play it. You can choose different types of reverb here. So we could go with a dark hall, put it on about 2 seconds, and then the dry wet I'll put it to like 27. Let's have a listen. Alright, let me unmute it. And I want to show you this mixer section. So here, if you press the second button along at the top, we have the mixer, and you can change the level of anything. For example, if I wanted to turn up this deep space pad a bit, then all I have to do is turn the little control above the deep space pad up a bit. And if I want to turn the bell down, just turn that down. And it's as simple as that. So the next thing I want to do is create a bit of a hi-hat to create a bit of an intro and a drop. So I'm going to add a MIDI track, and then I'm going to go to instruments, and I'm going to choose a drum rack. Add the drum rack, and then to add some different sounds to it. And let's see what hats are in this 4 AM sample pack. So maybe I'll use the note repeat function. So when you press note repeat, then you've got all these different time divisions. So for example, you could do a quarter note by just pressing that quarter button down there and then just hold down the pad. So I'll just hold down fixed length to choose a length of this loop, and to be honest with you, I think 1 bar is going to be good. And then press record. As you can see up here, we have this 1 bar clip ready to go. And then it's simply a case of holding down this pad. Now it's difficult to hear it because of all the other drums, but if I solo it, and it's created a shorter note at the beginning, but to be honest with you, I'm quite into that. So this is going to be our intro. So let me go to the arrangement view. And what I'm going to do is duplicate this whole scene. So now we've got it twice. And then for the top one, I'm going to delete some things. So I'm going to delete these drums and the bass and the bell. So all we've got left is the pad and the hi-hat. So when I play that scene, and let me just take it out of solo, and in the mixer I can turn down the hi-hat. So that's a bit of an intro. And then whenever you're ready, you can just press this scene to do the drop. And what I want to do is duplicate this scene as well and take out the bell, because the bell is not going to come until later. So hold down delete, delete the bell from there. Maybe I'll delete the pad as well. So all we've got is strictly drum and bass, so it sounds like this. And then the next row down. So now we've got 3 scenes. So now we've got 3 scenes. One of them is just pad and hi-hat. The next one down is drums and bass. And then the next one down below that is a scene that's got basically everything. So that's about it. That's how you create your different scenes and different parts of the tune, and then obviously you can keep going down. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick look at the Ableton Push 3. If you have, make sure you click the like button and subscribe to this channel. I also did just launch my Patreon, so it's patreon.com/Graish. If you want to support the channel, you can sign up for a free account, or you can sign up to be a paid member of my Patreon. If you do, thank you very much, and don't forget to click the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.